there, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my August TBR. So for the month of August, I'm not trying to have a too ambitious TBR because I'm going on vacation for the first week, but then when I get back, I have to go into work and do this curriculum development workshop for a couple days. Then I have the weekend off, and then teachers go back to start the new school year, and then the kids go back the week later. So definitely going to have a very busy month. So I think I only have 5 books on my TBR plus the one book that will probably roll into August. So let's just go ahead and talk about the 5 books that I actually want to read in August. So the first book is The Broken Eye by Brent Weeks. This is the 3rd book in the Lightbringer series, which is an adult fantasy series. I started this, I read about 50 pages, and then the reading rush happened, and this is a very thick book, so I didn't want to include this in the reading rush, so I did stop it, but I do want to finish it in August, and I do want to have this series completed by the end of the year. I have already pre-ordered The Burning White, which is the 5th and final book, I think, so I want to be caught up when that comes out in October. But this takes place in a world where people can control light and create substances from light, and we follow a myriad of different characters. It's a multi-perspective book. We follow Gavin, which I think is like the main character. He is a prism, so he can control all the colors in the spectrum, whereas other not Lightbringers, but other people can only control 1 or 2 different colors in the spectrum. So I really liked the 2nd book. I am very excited to continue with this series, and I will definitely read this the month of August. The next book I want to read is A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. This is an adult fantasy book, and it is the final book in the Darker Shades of Magic series, and I'm trying to go ahead and tie up some series that I need to finish before the end of the year comes. So this series definitely ended off on a cliffhanger with what happened to Kel and what Delilah decided to do, and I'm really interested to see if my hypothesis about Delilah, or what the author has hinted to about Delilah, is actually true. I'm very excited to learn that, and all in all, I'm just really happy to finally be able to finish this series. Okay, the next book that I'd like to get to in the month of August is This Cruel Design. This is the 2nd book in a YA sci-fi series by Emily Suvada, and I read this Mortal Coil last year and really thought that the technology in the book was really unique. I've never read anything like it. It's very biopunk, which I feel like there's not a lot of biopunk stuff out there, so I was interested in reading or continuing with the series, even though I'm not a huge fan of the characters. I find the characters very flat, but the plot's interesting, the technology's cool, kept me interested. So in this world, we follow our main character, Kat, and she is a hacker, but she's not like a regular computer hacker, because people actually can wear or insert technology to change their genetic code, and she knows how to hack those sorts of things. And in the first book, in this world, there was this plague that had decimated the world, and Kat's father got taken by this corporation because he knew how to create the vaccine for this plague. So at the end of the book, we learned something about Kat's father, and it left this cliffhanger, and we kind of pick up from there. So I'm really excited to see where this book goes with the story and see some other cool technology in this futuristic world. The next 2 books I want to read are both nonfiction books. I've been kind of like on a nonfiction kick recently. So the first one is a library book, so I know I'm definitely going to be getting to it, and it is Countdown to Zero by Kim Zetter. Yes, Kim Zetter. So this book actually follows the story of Stuxnet, which was a computer virus that somehow activated the Iranian nuclear system. I forgot what year it was, but it's a true story, and I'm familiar with the virus and the story, but this book delves more into detail about how that was done and what that means for, I guess, nuclear warfare in the future and cyber terrorism. It just sounds incredibly interesting, so I'm really excited to read this, and I plan on taking this one with me when I go on vacation next week too. And the last nonfiction I'm interested in reading, if I can get to it this month, is Israel Under Fire. This is by Jonathan Ankerberg and Jimmy DeYoung. So this is a book that basically looks at the biblical prophecies about Israel and compares them to what's happening today. So we as Christians can determine if Israel really is under threat, if those prophecies are coming true, what that means for the end times. And I feel like it'll be a really, really, really interesting read because, as we all know, Israel is constantly in the news. There's always turmoil over in the Middle East, so I feel like it'll give me a much clearer understanding of what is happening in that part of the world, and especially as someone who tries to study the Bible, what that means and how those events might parallel. So I'm actually really excited to get to this one. Alright guys, that is it for my August to be read. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these books or what you're planning on reading in the month of August, and I will see you guys in another video soon. Bye!